Goshka, what was your aim with this huge project?
So the project actually consists of two parts. The first part was initiated with the fashion show scenography, and then I carried part of this project into here, which became the launch of this exhibition. And that part was very much questioning the way how we relate to truth in contemporary context, in the post-truth era. So it was
Post-truth.
exactly, how do we even define this? So basically it's all about these topics, and in order to kind of summarize even my interest or research, I create a little newspaper publication, because of course journalism is very much within the subject. It's about what journalism brings us and what we and how we shape this ourselves through the subjective perspective. So
But it's also about appearance and fashion.
Of course. So this is all within it. So because the fashion show was happening and we had all the journalists there, and it was the moment that was very much dedicated to female identity, I thought that it was the right point to ask this question.
But what's your... Now there's a lot of relation between art and fashion. What's your feeling about that?
Well, I think that it has always been the case.
You're right.
Because I think
The
that...
Surrealist, for example.
Of course, and even in Art Nouveau and Art Deco,
Yes.
or Russian constructivists, people were always in
Delaunay.
conversation, in dialogue with each other. So I think that it's very much there. We like to recategorize things all the time, and we have to sometimes pretend that something is new when it's always been there.
But what's going on now with fashion and art?
So of course, if you read the articles, in both cases, I feel that there are crises, because I think that art is trying to readdress the question with what's happening to art, which is obviously influenced by the financial market and what's happening in politics, but also what's happening with identity of people. And the same thing probably happens in fashion, like where do we go next? And this is all to do also with other issues which have to do with environmental crisis. Do we still go on as we
Yes.
have been our whole lives and beyond? Or do we now start thinking of different approaches? And I think that it's much more relevant now, I think, how you do things and what remains, and even the accumulation of this aspect of collecting things is questionable.
But do you think that people who will come and visit and will be in the middle of the performance will have some special feeling? A message will spread?
Well, I think that this project of Miu Miu Tales is very much focused on women.
I want you to speak about you.
So you see, so the origin of the project, which I stay sincere to, is very much about women and the situation of women in the world. Because of course, you know, we have the privilege of living in the West and in a way skipping certain problematics since the beginning, since we are young.
Yes.
Our education, or then the way we grow up, gives us certain freedoms and protects us in our environment.
Yes.
But of course, lots of the tales represent women from different cultures with different situations. And I think that, you know, in a way, this is a platform where these different references come to life. And my aspiration was to create a community of women here. And, you know, what we did in the choreography with Fabio, and what I've always planned and thought of, was about creating groups and bigger groups and creating something that is empowering for all
women.
The characters, women, that because it's all women.
But if I come here tomorrow, I'm a regular visitor, what do you think I will feel?
So you will come here and you probably will think, oh, it's a video exhibition, but it's a sort of particular video exhibition because the displays are very designed and special. And we designed every single display also in relationship to the tale and in the best kind of scenario that enhances the performative aspect. So you will browse through and then you will see that certain parts of it are activated by the live performance, and then you will probably feel confused. You will think, is it a member of audience or is it a performer who is doing it? Is it supposed to be like this? Is it a theatrical performance? Does it have a narrative, or is it an abstract performance? So I think that probably the longer you stay here, you more see how the performance accumulates. And there are moments, of course, where everyone is here, when it becomes a stage that everyone is here, but usually you will have
There will be some time of
people.
confusion, in fact.
Exactly.
And it's done for that.
Yes. We purposely have done the timing, and we did all the things for people not to know instantly what this is. And of course, for me, it's quite challenging because I have worked with the performance, but not on such a scale. Here we have 35 people performing at each time, but in total we have 150.
This is amazing.
Yes.
It's huge, huh?
So we had to cast the actors and performers and actresses, and we stayed also true to their identity and to their origin, and from the films, of course, as well. So it was a big task, and then some of the characters need to sing or need to perform something quite demanding. So, it was quite a big deal. And of course, collaborating with Fabio Certec was very essential for this, because I would have not been able to
Yeah, it's a
do
huge
something
work.
so large.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci. Nice to